Welcome to today's lesson. We're doing Chapter 3, Lesson 2, Rational Numbers. Alright, when we talk about rational numbers, I'm going to relate it back to what you already know about cities and states. So this green circle is part of the yellow circle. The green and yellow are part of the blue. All three are part of the pink. Newport News is a city, one town. And there are other towns, like we have Hampton, we have Smithfield, but these green are cities. These cities are in Virginia. Are there other states? Sure, there's lots of states, so I could put other states right here. If I did, I would need to include some more cities, but you understand that these are cities. They're not the only cities, but they belong to this larger group called states. The states belong to a larger group, so I'll do Missouri, I'll do Florida. The states belong to a larger group called the United States, and the United States belongs to a larger group called North America, and North America is one of the continents in the world. Okay, I'm going to relate that back to math terms. In math terms, the smallest group are natural numbers. Natural numbers start with 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But these numbers are also part of the yellow circle. The green and yellow are also part of the blue. Green, yellow, and blue are also part of the pink. But there could be numbers that are only yellow. And there could be numbers that are yellow but not green. So green, if you're in green, you're in yellow. But if you don't have to also go the other direction. All right, so here's what I'm talking about. So numbers like 0, these are now called whole numbers. But 1 is also yellow, 2 is also yellow, 3 is also yellow, 4 is also yellow. 0 is only yellow. It's not yellow and green. 0 is a whole number. Natural numbers start with 1 and go forever. Whole numbers start at 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Integers would be the next group. Integers have 1, 2, 3, 4. They also have 0. They also have -1, -2, -3, -4. And then the group larger than that are rational numbers. So if you're rational, you are 1, 2, 3, 4. You're 0. You're -1, -2, -3, -4. You are also numbers like 1/2, 3/4, square root of 16, 1 and 2/3. They could be mixed numbers. 0.4. They could be decimal numbers. These are all rational numbers, but they're only rational. These are pink and blue, rational and integer. This is pink, blue, yellow. These are pink, blue, yellow, green. These are all, if you are a 1, you belong to all 4 groups. If you're a 0, you belong to 3 groups. 2 groups, only 1 group. All right, I forgot to mention irrational numbers. So if you are irrational, you are none of those other ones. You are only irrational. You are not natural, you're not whole, you're not an integer, you're not rational. You could be all by your lonesome irrational. Irrational numbers are numbers that repeat, like 0.124. Well, I'm sorry, they are numbers that don't repeat. 0.124673 ... They go on forever with no pattern. Numbers like 0.6 repeating are back over in this pink rational section, because 0.6 repeating used to be 2/3. This person here is just random. He never used to be anything else. He can't be anything else. So you may, if something doesn't fit over here, it's not natural, it's not whole, it's not integer, it's not rational, then it's going to be this word over here, irrational. I've given you 5 questions. Try to give me every name possible for this guy. Give me every name possible for this guy. Push pause, try him by yourself, and then push play. The first one was integer and rational. If you didn't get that first one, maybe take a look at the rest of your paper. But if you did get it, then just keep listening. Number 2, natural, whole, integer, rational, all 4 names. Number 3, only rational. Number 4, only rational. Number 5, only irrational. The second part of this video is about lesson 3.3. Now we're going to multiply rational numbers. Really, that just means we're multiplying fractions, we're multiplying mixed numbers. Okay, that's what we're going to multiply. All right, there are 2 ways to do this question. So I wrote it in yellow, I wrote it in pink. First option is you multiply the numerators, you multiply the denominators, and then you ask yourself, can I simplify this? Yes, I can. Simplifies to 1/9. Remember, simplifying, you're dividing both people by the same number. And in that case, I was dividing both people by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2. You can divide by anything you want as long as it's the same top and bottom. So, yellow method. Straight across, simplify, get your answer. Pink method, I can simplify before I even start. I can divide by 2. If I divide by 2, 2 divided by 2 turns into 1. 6 divided by 2 turns into 3. So numbers that are diagonal can be simplified before you even start. Now, if I multiply straight across, I end up with, guess what? 1/9, same as yellow. It's just I multiplied, then I simplified, or simplify, then multiply. Try this question by yourself, pause the video, work it out, and then push play. Good luck. All right, so I got 7/20, 7/20. I did both options. 7 times 4 is 28, 8 times 10 is 80. Then I have to simplify by 4. If you couldn't think of simplifying by 4, you could always simplify by 2. 28/80 turns into 14/40. And then just simplify by 2 again, 7/20. If you can think of the greatest common factor, that's why we did the GCF. If you can think of the GCF, you can do it in one step. If you can't think of the greatest common factor and you can just think of any factor, it just takes you longer, but you still get there. Or you can simplify diagonally. 4 and 8 can be simplified. Divide by 4 right away. That turns into a 1, that turns into a 2. Now my numerators make 7, my denominators make 20. This is my favorite method. I would encourage you to try practicing getting really good at that method. All right, some of the questions in the book will be mixed numbers. So we're multiplying mixed numbers by other mixed numbers. My big dilemma is, what's my first step? What do I do first? The answer is, I make them improper. I cannot multiply if they're not improper. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 3, 25 to 6, 27. I now have 27/8. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. I now have 7/3. I'm going to look diagonally. I can't simplify this direction, but I can here because I really do not want to multiply 27 times 7. So if I simplify diagonally, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 27 9 times. So much better. 63/8. Now I've got to change it back to a mixed number. So I divide and I bring 63 in the house. 8 goes into 63 7 times. If it had been 64, it would have been 8 times, but it's 63. And that's 56. Subtract and get, no, I don't get 9, I get 7. Sorry, I get 7. Subtract and get 7. So it went in 7 times. So that's my whole number. It went in 7 whole times. 7 was left over. That's my numerator. It was 63/8, so it's still going to be 8ths over here. The denominator doesn't change. Here are your Google Classroom questions. Number 1, what category is this number? So think about all of our options: integer, whole, rational, irrational, natural. What would you call this guy? Do you prefer simplifying at the end, or do you like simplifying at the beginning? So if you simplify at the end, you just multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators, or do you like doing that crossing out thing and simplifying right away at the beginning? And in this question, what's my first step? What do I do first? Good luck.